this week we're looking at information skills. Essentially it's a practice session. I also want to talk about, somewhat briefly, the Harvard referencing style, which is the style used by UPP and elsewhere in the university. I should say that while I'll be working through the main PowerPoint, so the week 9 PowerPoint, I also want to draw your attention to a much smaller PowerPoint, which is one that's which is the Harvard referencing PowerPoint. I'm going to include that this week. It has been included elsewhere in one of the earlier weeks. I just wanted to draw your attention to several things, and I'll probably do more talking about this particular PowerPoint than the main one. Beyond a brief overview of the Harvard referencing system, I also want you to attempt a task, which you'll see that is already within the folder. It's a library task. And the last thing is to draw your attention again to the week 1. Sorry, I'll have to correct myself. It's the week 3 discussion board for the librarian. On the second slide, I've put library 2, a question session with librarian. Obviously, the latter applies to all distance students where it's appropriate. I would ask questions at any opportunity, so you're completely at ease with using the library and the systems that are available through it. In its most general sense, referencing is simply used as a way of acknowledgement of the sources that we use, and I've mentioned this elsewhere, so I won't labour the point. I have to also say that there's a lot of different referencing styles, and this can be a little bit confusing as a student, although sadly you'll have to adapt. The reason this is the case is that different courses and faculties require different styles depending on the discipline, and this simply may be a nuance, even a idiosyncrasy of a particular discipline. Maybe it's simply that it was used historically, but as I said earlier, we use the Harvard referencing style. It's used quite liberally in other arts units, and to me it's one of the better ones simply to begin with. One of the other referencing systems I've had to use quite a bit of, which is the APA system, is equally functional and easily used. If you want to get the heads up on different styles of referencing, it's worth having a look at the UTAS LibGuides. It simply has a whole section there that's tabulated, so you can actually click on different referencing styles. What I'd suggest is that you print out the Harvard style. There's a guide there from 2011, which is still current. It's worth printing that out. I personally prefer to have a copy beside me when I'm doing my work, simply that I can have a quick reference, quickly look up maybe something that I don't understand, or something I don't understand the exact procedure for referencing a particular thing. As you can imagine, there are a lot of different ways of doing in-text references. Equally, our bibliographies or our reference lists can have certain nuances that, like I said, that you have to be au fait with. The key here is that we do it accurately. For me personally, I would print out each guide. So, for instance, if I was just about to undertake my first year as an undergrad, I would actually print out, well, I'd look through the unit outlines. The referencing style will be indicated in each outline, or what's required of you, and then I would print out each one, given an opportunity, and have them at hand whenever you're doing your work within that particular discipline. If you have a look through slides 8 through to 11, you'll get ideas, or at least an indication of how certain references should appear, both as an in-text example and also in your reference list. These are simply a guide. They may change, and if you do print out a guide, then you'll have wider opportunities to understand the variations of how you should reference in-text, and how you should compile your reference list, in what style, in what format, the punctuation guides, etc. Slides 13 and 14 give you an indication of how an electronic book should appear, both in text and in your reference list. These are fairly unique and novel in the sense of the material that you actually have to put in. From my perspective, some of these references can be incredibly long, which can be a little bit cumbersome in terms of bibliography. However, you have to include all the details so that these references can be checked, or your sources can be checked, I should say. And it's worth cutting and pasting a lot of the material straight out of a website. For instance, a URL, sometimes they can be incredibly long. I would simply cut and paste directly from the website itself and drop that into your reference list. Without wanting to repeat myself, and certainly, given that I've discussed this to some extent elsewhere, I want to draw your attention to the second PowerPoint, which is the Harvard referencing PowerPoint, which no doubt most of you have had a look at already. I'll only emphasise a few points because I'm not a huge fan of repeating myself. Nothing worse than hearing your own echo. However, I want to come back to several points perhaps that I feel need to be reiterated. And that is that the reason we reference is to avoid plagiarism. And I've said this elsewhere, that we should be not only happy but professional enough to acknowledge all the sources of our information. We shouldn't be precious about this sort of thing. We shouldn't lay claim to things that aren't our own. The second thing is to acknowledge direct quotes. So in other words, that we can immediately indicate where someone has actually said something, and we can track that down. For me, this is an important part of acknowledgement, because often in life we hear things, we'd like to know where they came from, and this is one way of doing that. The third thing is to provide evidence to support arguments. For me, this would, I guess it helps indicate that you've done a wide range of reading, so you've checked out a range of arguments that may be used to perhaps explain a particular thing. And inevitably in academia there is a whole range of views on particular things, and it's for you, your job, certainly as a student, to actually read and understand and analyse those arguments and then present them back in a way that actually indicates maybe what is more plausible than something else perhaps, and this is done through your analysis of those arguments. And in a sense, and I don't say this as though it's a pretense or an affectation, that it makes you appear to be fairly wide read, which can give you some status, I guess, as a student. The last thing is, and it's probably not necessarily as important as the others in my mind, but it's certainly important, that readers can check. So, in other words, that if you've claimed or argued a range of things, as the audience, in this case usually it's someone who's marking your assessment, i.e. your lecturer, they can go from your material, in other words from the references you supply, and read back over that material. And that to me is fairly critical, just in case you misrepresented a particular argument. But anyway, I've said this elsewhere. The overarching message that I guess for me is the most important thing about referencing is being consistent and being precise. So you be consistent as in you present all of your references in the same way, so the same mode. Also that your references is accurate, so you're using the right surname for your from your sources. You're also recording the details from not only the author but also where the book was published, page number if it needs to be put in, and any other details that are important for us to be able to track down and understand where you got your sources from. If you look through the remaining slides, there is an indication of not only how an in-text should appear, an in-text reference I should say, I shouldn't be using such shortened language, in-text reference should appear, but also how it should appear in your reference list. This is a range from books and articles and websites, etc. And I'm hoping that you've all looked at this before, and at least are beginning to use or understand why we would use these things. I should say, and I've said this elsewhere, that it's far easier to compile your references while you go along rather than attempting to do it post the writing of your marvellous assignment. To me, this is just efficient. It means that you're actually referencing the whole way along. There's a certain consistency there because you're compiling as you go along. You're not just simply doing it at once, trying to backtrack and have false starts as you try and find different references. that should be available at the time of writing, from my own experience, and certainly witnessing others that doing it as you go along saves a lot of time at the end. Certainly from my, looking at people who've done these things in the past, they certainly can flounder when they're looking for sources that perhaps they used 2 to 3 months earlier, in the case of a PhD or a thesis, but even a week earlier. It's difficult to keep track of these things if you're not on top of them all the time, and it's very easy to lose a reference, which means you might spend hours trying to re-find that source, that reference, and that could have all been eliminated by simply doing it as you went along. Beyond the discussion of references, I just want to draw your attention to 2 additional resources which I put on Milo this week, which is one which is a short document about introducing quotes, and the other one, quoting within an essay. Those 2 documents will help you to do a range of things, not only quote within an assignment, but also actually look at the protocols around what you do with those quotes and how you then have to reference them. To me, these are certainly important adjuncts to your normal study practices. It's actually a fairly short week this week. If you look at both PowerPoints, one which is fairly short anyway, which is the main PowerPoint, and the second one, which is the Harvard referencing PowerPoint, which you've already seen. There's not a lot to read, which I think is probably good, because my hope is that this week you'll be starting the 3rd and final assignment. I know it's only week 9, or it will be, it's week 9, but having said that, time goes fast, and there's quite a bit to do with the 3rd assignment. Not necessarily difficult work, but it still requires some time and energy, and from my perspective, I would start sooner rather than later. I won't labour the point further. I'm hoping that, like I said, that already you're beginning to understand the importance of referencing. I see it as quite paramount to any work that's done in academic circles. I guess my greatest hope is that once you understand these things and start to put them into practice, which really this subject is all about, put this into practice, then all will go well. Equally, I'm hoping that as you start the 3rd assignment and understand what you have to do and begin the process, that you actually start to understand how much information is out there, how we actually collect it, collate it, and then present it, which is really, to me, is, even though it's a functional